The Longest Day is a World War II film released in 1962. This is the ideal World War II genre movie, having all the critical qualities this genre possesses. Authoritarian figures are respected and strong, the cause for fighting is clear, and the enemies are easily distinguishable from the Allies. The strength of leaders and clarity of battle deteriorates during the Vietnam era and becomes even murkier in the New Era films. This was a time when Americans were satisfied with their lives and their leaders, and the confidence and calmness of the nation possessed are visible in the film. The strength of the military leaders are especially prevalent in the Normandy scene. In this scene, soldiers are boating to the Normandy beaches seemingly to their death. Bombs are exploding and the enemies are relentless. The enemies have an advantage and it seems impossible to beat them. John Wayne, the actor of the main character, Lieutenant Colonel Benjamin Vandervoot, is seen smoking a cigar during the huge battle. His calmness and confidence in his soldiers ties perfectly with the soldiers' trust in him with their lives. He is a kind leader with good strategies and eventually helps the U.S. win the battle. The sense of strength and respect for authority during this time was from the popular idea of the fact that Eisenhower and JFK were trustworthy leaders, especially Eisenhower, due to the fact that he was a commander in World War II and helped win the war. Citizens of the U.S. knew they were in good hands, and this is shown in the trust the soldiers have for their authority figures. Something the enemies did not have was respect for their leaders or trust in them. It is seen when the German soldiers are arguing with each other due to the fact that their leader, Adolf Hitler, has been sleeping the whole time. This battle showed the great trust soldiers had for their leader, a common ideal Americans had in the U.S. at this time. Calm is a word never used when describing war, yet the soldiers in The Longest Day are shown as cool, calm, and collected. Their confidence in themselves and their allies are portrayed in battle and in basic conversation. This calmness can be tied to confidence, and the American people were very confident in this era. They had won World War II, and the country was on a roll. The Korean War wasn't a complete win, but it wasn't a loss either, and winning the space race against Russia proved to be a vital victory that gave the U.S. people pride and confidence that they were, in fact, the best country in the world. These American soldiers were like a band of brothers, tightly knit and confident in each other. They were more confident in themselves than they were in other ally forces such as Britain. This was certainly a great time to be an American, and the respect and love for other Americans is present throughout the whole movie. The enemy forces in this film, in particular the Germans, are portrayed as extremely cool and stupid, and their reason for battle is irrational, giving the U.S. soldiers a good case to fight. This sense of clarity is not seen in Vietnam or New Era movies, because sometimes a real enemy can be themselves. Yet this all ties together, as confidence and respect for authority leads to the clarity of the good guys and the bad guys. The bad guys in the film use more bombs and grenades, while the good guys rely on their gun. The combat shows the grittiness of the Germans and the pride of the Americans. This clarity is a characteristic of World War II genre movies. During this time, Fidel Castro and the rebel group were taking over Cuba, a sign of poor authority. The enemy's authority in this movie also seemed to be less strong and not very trustworthy. The Longest Day possesses the most common and bold ideals seen in a World War II style movie. The usage of a strong authority figure and willing soldiers show how America was at the time of this film. Filled with patriotism, it is evident America was a safe and happy place during this era. This ended during the Vietnam War, when authority and reason became less trustworthy due to the ruthlessness of the American side during the war. This yielded thousands of casualties that the American people believed to be completely irrational. Nevertheless, the World War II genre is the last type of war film with complete clarity due to the changing ideals of the American population.